The active shooter program was developed out of my training and experience as a police officer. In numerous agencies, I received specific active shooter training. And in fact, my second or third call as a Largo police officer was shots fired. I go in, there's smoke, dead people on the ground. So being involved in that those shooting situations, and then also backing it up with continual training in the agency. We developed a plan for the moment shots are fired to when law enforcement gets there. There is a specific time period, it's called the critical window. Law enforcement won't be there. They're just not. Putting a cop at every single door of a school, that's the first guy to get shot. Active shooter situations are going on military compounds, in colleges, in churches, in movie theaters, in the middle of the street. It doesn't matter. In businesses, it's rampant. We've been teaching this for a long time. It becomes a hot button when something happens, and then we get called, and we're in the news, we do this, and we secure a bunch of corporate accounts. But as a professional, you're continually just training people at this. You don't wait for the news. You set these dates, and you train these individuals. So the critical window is when shots are fired till when law enforcement gets there, which is an average of, 8 to 11 minutes. And remember, we can cap off 50 rounds in 20 seconds. So it's line by line, step by step. It's an action plan for the person that is there when it's going on. That's what you're teaching to companies. That's what you're teaching to whoever wants this service. It has nothing to do with the law. Laws are for law-abiding citizens. You restrict gun laws, they'll always get them. They'll smash the window of a cruiser and take the shotgun out of the back. They'll rob pawn shops and they'll get their guns. They'll commit their crimes. It has nothing to do with politics or religion. The shooter doesn't care if you're a Republican who's a Catholic. It's just going to happen. So we're creating a plan, not by fear-mongering. Use us or you'll get shot. That's not how you market. That's not how you communicate what you do. There is a plan for everything in the world out there. Operations. There's a plan when you get on a cruise ship, a debarkation plan. What happens if this big modern vessel goes down? Go to your muster station. Here's your boat. There's a hurricane coming to Florida, Category 5. Tornado, fire, earthquake, floods. There's always this plan. Do people die in these situations? Yeah, but a lot less do. So Category 5 is coming to Florida. 30 people die from debris flying through the air, flooding. But if there was no plan in place, how many people die? A lot. So the active shooter plan is to lessen the carnage, to lessen the casualties, to have a fighting chance at survival. Maybe 1, 2, 3 people get shot instead of 25 because no one knew what to do. You didn't know that you could engage the shooter. 10 and 2, stacking and distracting, exit awareness. So it's a step-by-step plan that we're teaching our schools and our churches and our businesses. That's what we have to communicate to them. It's not a foolproof plan. If it was foolproof, everyone would have it. There would never be an active shooter situation again. And you don't sell it as foolproof, just like you don't sell anything as foolproof. You're giving them confidence, and you're showing them not only the shooter's mindset, but what they are capable of in real time. It's a workshop. It's an interactive workshop for your clients. Who, for instance, we just we're securing a deal with a major federal credit union locally, and that came off of a law enforcement lead. We give free. We offer free training to law enforcement throughout the year at certain times. We had a SWAT team member call or refer us to a bank that was interested. They called the police department. They said, these are the guys that do it. And so all the way up the chain, we had the chief risk officer call us, 150 corporate employees, and then after that, 25 different branches. You're communicating that you're the expert. You're showing you're the expert. It always comes back. That was a big contract. And we're getting contracts right and left for active shooter because this is what we specialize in. Now, having said that, don't change it. This is not something you want to play around with like a CPR class. You pay for a CPR class because it's a life-saving skill, and you don't want to change, okay, well, no, we're just going to add 2 more pumps and 4 more breaths, and we're going to position their neck this way. No, this comes from the police department. They train because these are the guys that have to get the job done. And I'm a post-Columbine officer, which means pre-Columbine there was nothing like active shooter training for law enforcement. After the carnage of that scene, law enforcement agencies across the country received it time and time again. Let's go into this bank. The shooter's on the 3rd floor. Go, 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 go. We're using live guns with simunition rounds, and we're in these training environments all the time. And then we experience it out in the field. So that's been repurposed and repackaged to be effective for the civilian or you or even the off-duty police officer. Hey, cops aren't here. I need to survive this. So don't change it. Okay, it's done. Just cross-pollinating into all of your other programs, who you are and what you do. That's why it's so effective. You're not giving anything away free. You're exposing what you do. You're showcasing who you are as the professional, whether you offer fitness, kids, after school, or the whole thing. There's nothing like having 150 or 200 adults in front of you as a captive audience, get their information, answer questions, shake hands, make all those connections, and really impress them. You're not board breaking here. You're giving a life-saving skill. Active shooter planning and response training. This is something that everybody wants.